today in Rich in Relationship. We're going to talk about reframing your partnership so it moves from parallel partnership to prosperous partnership. Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions never come to fruition? Most New Year's resets focus, number one, on individual goals, not relational goals. And the problem with that is when we each set individual goals and no relational goal, we're reinforcing parallel lives, which so many marriages slip into. Welcome to another episode of Rich in Relationship. Happy New Year! I'm your host, Rich Heller, and today we're talking about New Year, new foundation, resetting partnerships into prosperous partnerships. And what does that mean? What that means is we're launching a whole series on how to have partnerships that are truly enriched, truly where not only does the family prosper, but each of you prosper as individuals. I am super excited about this. And by the way, these episodes that we're going to do in the next few months cross over to businesses. So if you happen to be in business together, or if you're in a family business, or if you're in a partnership that's not your marriage and you're having troubles, the principles in this series cross over to any kind of partnership. So listen closely. Valerie, who's 42, says, every new year we talk about goals, money, health, productivity, but somehow our relationship just carries over exactly as it was. Why does the new year never feel new? Right? And it feels new when you guys go 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Happy New Year. You pop the champagne bottle, you got a little bubbly, and you're feeling a little bubbly, everything's good. And then the next day you get started and somehow those resolutions just don't come through. How does that happen? Did you know that 80% of New Year's resolutions never come to fruition? So you are far from alone, and it's not your fault because nobody's teaching us. You see, nobody's teaching us how to make resolutions a reality. That is what I should have called Mastermind Master Program that we're going to be doing in about a week. I'll tell you more about it at the end of the show. I'm going to give you an opportunity to have the tools you need to reset everything this year at the end of the show. So listen closely. All right, so getting back to Valerie's question. Most New Year's resets focus, number one, on individual goals, not relational goals. And the problem with that is when we each set individual goals and no relational goal, we're reinforcing parallel lives, which so many marriages slip into. But second of all, if we don't set a goal for the relationship at all, if we're not focusing on the relationship that's held in that marriage covenant, how can it move forward? Right? The way of life is there's a current that the world is giving us, right? The current is more, better, different, buy now, keep up with the Joneses. It's never good enough. You have to do more, better, different. That's the current of our culture, of the world. And I don't mean like the ecology world. I mean the world of mankind. We got to find a term for that separates it. And then there's where we want to go. And where we want to go often is not in harmony with the current. And so what it looks like is if we don't have a goal that we're moving towards in our relationship, it gets moved along by the current until eventually it crashes on the shores of who the hell are you when you wake up in the morning? Who are you? We've been living together for 10 years. We got kids together. I don't even know who you are. We're not even intimate anymore. We're like, who are you? Who is that woman you're talking to, that guy you're talking to, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So just having an individual goal isn't going to carry you through life. It's going to help. We need to stop taking our partnerships for granted and assume they're just going to work, because when we do, the current of the world crashes it on the rocks of despair and disillusionment, let's call it. Disillusionment and despair, the rocks of disillusionment and despair. You see, partnership, which is what the marriage covenant is, the marriage covenant are bumpers for our partnership to develop. Partnership is a system. It's not just something two people do together, it's a system. And that system determines whether the partnership is going to energize you and synergize you or exhaust you. And I know a lot of you are exhausted. I get a lot of calls from folks like you who are exhausted. If you don't reset your partnership, the year won't reset either. And honestly, one of the reasons why 80% of all goals fail is we set them for ourselves in a vacuum without enrolling our partners in our goal, right? So the other part is not only does the relationship need a goal, but we need to say, hey, I have a goal. I have a goal that I'm going to lose 30 pounds. Honey, this is what I need to do to 30 pounds. I need to change the way I eat. I need to go to the gym. I need to, in order to do that, I'm going to have to let go of something. Could you help me with that? And your partner may have a goal. Honey, I have a goal that I'm going to go back to school. And that's going to require some changes. You're going to have to take care of the kids a little more. Or maybe you're going to need to work a little harder or whatever it is, right? Partnership requires communication. Even the individual goals won't stand unless your partner is involved. Let me tell you about Brad and Gwen. You remember Brad and Gwen? Brad and Gwen are my symbolic clients I've never had a client's name but Brad and Gwen. But Brad and Gwen stories are made up of real life, true things that have happened to clients of mine. There's no one Brad or Gwen story that is one particular client, and so I maintain confidentiality. But so that's just, throughout the year, we're going to talk about Brad and Gwen. Is it Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow? Who knows? Brad and Gwen, my clients, Brad and Gwen. Oh, I helped them so much. You didn't even know they were together, did you? Brad and Gwen, they did what everybody does. New Year came, they made goals for themselves. They worked individually on their goals without talking about it to each other. They each created individual goals. Brad was a stay-at-home dad. Gwen was the primary wage earner. And Gwen made a goal that she was going to really spend more time with the kids because she had been working super hard and she felt like as a mom, she really wasn't as involved as she wanted to be. And Brad made a goal that he was going to start his own business. He was going to start out with an online business and just kind of generate a little additional income for the family. Those goals are actually in harmony, but they didn't really talk to each other about it. They mentioned it, but they didn't plan together. And January came, and January was super busy for Gwen because guess what? The business had slowed down for the holidays. There'd been a lot of days off, and so she had to make up for a lot of lost time. And Brad, consequently, was spending a lot more time with the kids. The kids had been out of school, and for the same reason that Gwen had to work harder at work, Brad had to work harder getting them restarted in their extracurriculars and in school. And by the time the end of January came, they were just like, what? I'm never going to get to this. Look, I happened again. I made a resolution. They didn't talk to each other. They didn't figure it out. They weren't each other's cheerleaders. They were on total parallel tracks. And this is not an unusual story. They were doing what most people do. They were dragging the patterns of last year into the new year, and those very patterns stop them from moving forward, right? Because there are 4 prerequisites to change. 1, we need to let go of something, right? If you're going to create something new, if you're going to alter the pattern of your life, something needs to come out of it. It might be a schedule change. It's definitely going to be your beliefs about how you have been living and your beliefs about what you need to do, who you need to be able to do that. What Brad experienced was he started to do the things he needed to do, but he didn't do them very much, and he didn't do them with a lot of confidence. He didn't really shift who he was, right? If you're doing one thing for 12 months and you want to start something new, you literally have to change the emotional basis with which you've been operating You can do all the right things, but if you don't shift the emotional basis, the actions will be fruitless. That's what Brad experienced. Same with Gwen. Walked into work, triggered all the same emotions, the old beliefs, no reset. What Brad and Gwen didn't know, and what I'm going to give you, the secret to getting stuff done, to making change, is after step one, letting go of something old, recognizing what it is that needs to change emotionally, logistically, relationally, for something new to emerge in the pattern, or even something old you want to bring back. After you let go of something, you need to reframe your whole life. You alter all the strategies that you've been using. Strategies being the way that you did things. Everything's going to alter suddenly to make room for this new thing. Anytime you have a resolution or a goal, there's some form of reframing that needs to happen. You need to move from resolution to reset. This is true individually. It's true in your relationship. Most resolutions fail not because people lack the desire or even the discipline. It's because they don't create the emotional and strategic space to apply the discipline so that it works. Prosperous partnerships come prosperous, more prosperous emotionally, more prosperous spiritually. Spiritually would be having abundant relationships that feel like they nurture you, not just with your partner, but with your kids. Not just with your kids, but with your in-laws, with your own parents, not just with them, with your neighbors, with the people that you go to church, synagogue, mosque with the people that you vote with the people that you work with. And, of course, financial prosperity. Prosperous start with the willingness to talk to one another about, this is what I want. Help me to identify how I need to, what about me might get in the way. Hey, you know what, Gwen? I want to start a business, and I've been taking care of the kids for a year now, 2 years now, and you've been working, you know a ton about working. I have sort of forgotten. Help me to see. Give me some advice. Do I need a coach? Maybe I need a business coach. What do I need to do to start this business? Help me out and tell me, what do I need to let go of and what do I need to bring in so that I can prosper? And how can we prosper together through your supporting me? Or Gwen, I hear you want to spend more time with the kids, and I have been managing the kids for 2 years now. Let me tell you all about their routines. Let's see, how can I help you to, where are the best opportunities for you to step in that will minimally upset your work thing, because, hey, we need the income until my own business gets going. There's prosperity just in that interchange. There's emotional prosperity. It grows the relationship. It develops you individually. It develops the relationship. It impacts generations. It breaks generational limitations and generational chains. Prosperous partnerships support growth instead of taking away from it. Because you see, if you're not moving forward together, then the relationship is actually falling apart. It is moving closer and closer to the rocky shores of disillusionment and despair. So Brad and Gwen, what they did was they attended the Rich in Relationship Masterclass on January 8th, 2026. Now, I hope you're watching this before January 8th, 2026. I'm being a little tongue-in-cheek, right? I'm planting a seed with you. In that masterclass, they went together on separate screens, right? They went on separate screens because in the masterclass, each person needed to have their own screen. They were told in advance. I'm telling you in advance. It was at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and they came with their goals. And in that masterclass, they came with their goal. They came with the goal from 2025 that they dropped the ball on, because like 80% of all people, they had dropped the ball on it. And one of the things that they noted was they hadn't gotten each other's support. And Rich Heller, that's me, helped them to learn from the 2026 failure, to take the lesson out of that failure, because you see, failures and mistakes are really a learning opportunity. He helped them find the lesson, the principle that led to that failure so that they could apply it to their 2026 goal. And then they had some fun. They made a victory map. Some of you would call it a vision board. What I don't like about vision board is it's gotten a little overused. They made a victory map because what I like about victory map is it implants in the unconscious mind that it isn't just a vision, it's a victory. We are moving to victory. And Gwen and Brad created individual vision boards, and afterwards they made a shared vision board that included their individual goals and other things they wanted to accomplish as prosperous partners. And through a little bit of neuro-linguistic programming magic, they planted that victory, the 2026 victory, into their unconscious mind and had some milestones along the way with the idea, the understanding that not only do we let go of something, not only do we create a strategy, but once we take action, it is inevitable that the unexpected comes up. 4 principles. 1, let go. 2, strategize. 3, take action. 4, keep your eyes on the prize when the inevitable surprise, unexpected comes in, because there's going to be a learning opportunity. And in the past, that learning opportunity showed up as failure, as a mistake for Brad and Gwen. But now they know it's just a hurdle for them to leap over. And if they can't leap over it, they might have to climb over it. It might be a really slow climb. And in 2026, they knew success as they never had before. Oh, I love that story. That hasn't yet happened. But that's kind of how it works, you see. Because the impediment is our unconscious mind and how it reads things, and we need to reset it. We need to reset that unconscious mind that tells us, mistakes, they suck. Failure, that's the worst. And we need to explain to it, hey, it's not a failure, it's not a mistake. It's an opportunity for us to learn. And if we can pull the emotional part out and take the overarching principle, which you will learn when you come to the Masterclass, just like Brad and Gwen did, you'll be able to apply it again and again and again and again and again. Brad and Gwen, when they took this strategy, created alignment as individuals, they support each other in their individual goals, and it built their partnership. They grew closer emotionally. They actually made more money. They showed up for their kids more, and they felt more connected to their extended family. They felt like they were moving towards that shared goal that they had first discovered when they first fell in love and had fallen by the wayside. They no longer were steering towards the rocks of despair and disillusionment, but instead they were moving towards victory in 2026. Now, I'm inviting you to do what Brad and Gwen will do. I'm inviting you to attend the mastermind that we're having January 8th. I've already told you the message, I've already told you the recipe. The recipe is you're going to come with a goal for 2026. If you're a couple, well, even if you're an individual, it would be good to have in your hip pocket a relationship goal. I love that. You may not work on that goal in the masterclass, but you can take the principles of the masterclass and work on it afterwards, or you may be able to do both. What do I know? I'm going to help you also bring a resolution that didn't succeed, because we're going to transform resolution to a new solution in 26. And we're going to create a victory map online on Canva. Come with a free Canva account. You don't have to have a paid one. We're going to send you a link with all kinds of good stuff in it to help you, help you cook that sauce. Then after we've created our victory map, we're going to do a little NLP, neuro-linguistic programming magic. It's going to be a good time. This is going to be, I'm so looking forward to this. I've done so many masterclasses. What I love about this masterclass is I am just doing it for fun. There is I have no call to action other than succeed, go forth and conquer. That is my whole, typically it's like, oh, well, now that you've done this, why don't you sign up for our $2,000 training? Nope. None of that happening here. We're just going to have some, for me, right? My resolution for New Year's is to have more fun. This is fun for me. So I'm inviting you, come and have fun with me. Now, if you're seeing this after January 8th, I am so sorry, but the principles still hold. The principles still hold. you can accomplish your New Year's resolution. Maybe you're seeing this on January 30th because you're a little slow catching up in Rich in Relationship. And if you want the secret sauce, I would say go to richinrelationship.com and join our free community. And you can get some resources there, richinrelationship.com, and join our free community. But if it's before January 30th, if it's before January 8th and you're seeing this, here is the link. It's going to be in the notes for this podcast. The link, I'm looking for it. Here it is. It's bit.ly/N new dash, all lowercase after the capital N, new dash solutions. It's a bit.ly link. It's a shortened link. It doesn't sound very short, I know. bit.ly/N, everything lowercase after that, new dash solutions. And that will take you to the sign up. And there's a coupon code that you're going to get just for listening to this podcast. It's all caps, Victory26, all one word, VICTORY26. That's all I have for you. Thank you for listening. Have an awesome new year and listen to the whole Prosperous Partnership series that we're going to do this year. There's going to be interviews. It's going to be awesome. And Happy New Year. Oh, I forgot what I always say. Have an amazing day and a fantastic tomorrow.